Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone. My name is Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and I couldn't think of a more fitting thing to share with you today than the books I will be giving others on Christmas. I love giving gifts, and I find it very fun to give books because they are recommendations and they are things that I hope people will truly enjoy for a long time in the sitting that they read the book, but then also telling to others. So I wanted to share the books that I'm giving to people. Now, I'm not giving everybody on my list a book because there are some people who are like, I want X, I want Z. And so I'm not giving those people books because they told me exactly what they wanted. But for the people who I had a little bit more freedom to choose, I decided books for them. So I'll explain as I go. But first I wanted to tell you about the two books that I don't actually have with me because I already sent them off to Oregon. Our niece and nephew live out in Oregon, and we got them a couple of books for Christmas. So for our 2-year-old niece, we got When Pegaso Met Mutis, and this is by Nina Layden. I'll put a picture up here. This just looked like a really fun book, and my sister-in-law, my niece's mother, is an artist, and so I thought that they would really enjoy that book as a family. And then for my nephew, he is 3, we got him Trouble with Trolls by Jan Brett. Jan Brett is one of my favorite authors because she wrote The Mitten, but this was a fun one that I saw at the used book sale we went to, actually the first weekend of Vlogmas. I'll put that video up above. But I saw this one, and my nephew loves trolls, or loves to talk about trolls, and he has this song that he sings that my mom taught him about trolls, and so I thought that this would be the perfect book for him this holiday season. Next, we'll move on to another young gift receiver, and that is our daughter, Mabel. We have 2 books for her. Now, for my kids, we do like 4 different categories of gifts. We do something you want, something you need, something to wear, and something to read. So the read category is very difficult for me because I can't just pick one book. So I've picked a few books for each of them. So for Mabel, we wanted bright colors, board books, things that taught her about people and animals. And so this first one we got is called More, 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 Said the Baby by Vera B. Williams. This is a cute little children's book that actually has 3 different stories in it about 3 different babies and their relationships with their caregivers. So the babies all look different and have different kinds of caregivers, and so it gives her a little look into diversity. And I think it'll be a fun board book for her. She's just starting to turn pages, and I think she will like all of the bright colors and fun stories within. I should say our daughter is going to be 1 tomorrow. This video is posting on Christmas Day, and her birthday is December 26th. So she'll be 1-year-old. And reading these books. The next one we got is a Lois Ehlert book, Color Zoo. This one is really fun. We saw this on a list of best books to give young children because, first of all, bright colors, amazing, but then also animals, and there's these fun cutouts. So this is a tiger, but when you turn the page, there's a cutout of a circle, and then it changes to a different animal, a mouse. So I think that this will be really fun for us to read to her and her big brother to maybe read to her. I am looking at the back now and it says ages 4 to 8, but I don't care. She'll love the bright colors and she'll think that it's fun as she learns the animals when she gets older. Moving on to our son. Our son Theodore is 2 years old. He'll be 3 at the end of January. So we got him a couple of books that we are hoping can teach him a few things. He is very impatient, as most 2-year-olds are, and so we got him an Elephant and Piggy book called Waiting is Not Easy. This is by Mo Williams. This is about Elephant obviously waiting for something, and I'm not sure what, some sort of surprise or something, but my husband thought we should get him this. And another Elephant and Piggy book by Mo Williams, we got Should I Share My Ice Cream? He's having a very difficult time having his little sister playing with his toys. And so we need to teach some sharing tendencies, and he loves ice cream. So we hope that this can help him with that. Now, this one I'm kind of regretting getting because he absolutely was in a phase where he loved Gabby's Dollhouse, the TV show on Netflix. And I just saw this one based off of his favorite episode that he watched, the Kitty Fairies Garden Magic. And so I don't know, this was probably like $2, $5, and I got it off of Amazon and just thought it would be a fun book for him to have based off of one of his favorite TV shows, which he hasn't watched in a really long time now, but whatever, I think he'll still enjoy the book. And lastly, for his books, we got him this boxed set of Dr. Seuss books. It has The Cat in the Hat, Hop on Pop, Fox in Socks, Green Eggs and Ham, and One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. He has quite a few of these books in little board book versions, but they're missing quite a few pages. The Hop on Pop we have is way shorter, way cut down. And so we decided, because he loves that book and he loves, I think, the rhyming of it and just the fun stories that Dr. Seuss has to share, we decided to get him this big collection with the full stories. Hop on Pop was actually the first book I ever read, and I think I was 4 years old. So it could be fun that he could be reading these very soon on his own. Next, we'll move on to my mom. Hopefully by now she knows, but we do Secret Santas in my family because there are 10 adults. We give all the kids presents each individually, but for the adults we draw names. And so did I draw? Yeah, I drew my mom this year. And so I got her something else that she wanted, but then I've been really wanting her to start this series, the Inspector Armand Gamache series by Louise Penny. And so I got her the first book, Still Life. This is, I categorize it as a cozy mystery, but then I had a discussion with a viewer actually who thought cozy mysteries are more like food-based, fun, comedic, and this is not that. There is definitely murder and some scary scenes throughout the series, but I call it cozy because it happens in this small wintry town in Canada. So I picture cozy because I cozy up by a fire and want to read these books about a small town in Canada. Anyway, this is the first in the series. She and my dad might read these together. They like to read books aloud to each other, and so I think that they would both enjoy this. So I'm excited to finally get her to read this by gifting it to her for Christmas. And these last selection of books, let me grab them, are all going to be given to coworkers. I work at a church and I'm the administrative assistant, and we all kind of give gifts to each other. Last year I gave them jam because my father-in-law has a hobby farm and grows berries and make jam. However, I was going to do that again, but he doesn't make the jams and jellies anymore. So I had to think outside the box, and I thought, what better than getting them books, which was a little tricky because I wanted to find books that I think that they would all enjoy. And so I had to think about them as a person and what they might like to read. I don't even know if some of them read, but I hope that they will enjoy these books. So let's start with the pastors at my church. And these are all used. I'm gonna write a little note to them saying how I love to buy used books and then donate them back to a Goodwill or something like that, a library book sale. And so these are all bought used, and I hope that they will appreciate that and not mind that they're a little beat up. But this first one is for one of our pastors. Her name is Carrie, and I got her Southernmost by Silas House. I think she will enjoy this, first of all, because it is about a pastor in Tennessee. And then it's about a pastor who kind of breaks the guidelines of what you may think a pastor should do, should believe. And I read this one earlier this year and really, really enjoyed it. I lent my copy to my parents and they both really enjoyed it. Carrie is about my parents' age, and so I think that she would also enjoy this book. I have a different copy of this, but this is the one I got used. So I hope she enjoys it. And this was firstly a recommendation from my husband. He bought it for me when he was in Tennessee, and so he wanted to buy a book that took place in Tennessee, which is where this one starts. So I'm excited to give that one to our pastor, Carrie. And then we have another pastor. He's a visitation pastor, works part-time, and he's an older gentleman. His name is Dwayne, and he loves what we say, Dwayneisms. He gives us a little saying at the end of each staff meeting that just makes us think. And so I actually got my dad's help, enlisted him in helping me find a good book for him. But this is The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. And I'm a little disappointed because this one didn't come with the dust jacket. But anyway, the full title of this is The Daily Stoic, 366 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living. So Pastor Dwayne was known for sending weekly grace reflections at our church, and he, I think, will really enjoy this if he doesn't already have it. He might, knowing him and how he loves little sayings and meditations, but hopefully he'll enjoy it, and it can be a little daily reading. And he's also retiring at the end of the year, so this could be something that he picks up in the new year after he isn't working at church anymore. Okay, our youth director is a good friend of mine, and I really want her to read one of my favorite authors, Kristin Hannah. Melissa is her name. She generally reads nonfiction, and she will lean more toward narrative nonfiction. And I am going to push those boundaries a little bit by giving her a fiction, but by giving her a historical fiction. So this is Winter Garden by Kristin Hannah. This one takes place in World War II Russia. And I think she will enjoy it because there are family dynamics within. She loves to look into a family and see the issues that families have, and this one is about two daughters, I believe, that struggle in a relationship with their mom. This book made me sob, and I really hope that my friend Melissa will like it. So she's our youth director. We also have a children's director, children's ministry coordinator. Her name is Heidi, and she is just this bubbly, vivacious lady, and so I think I wanted to give her a romance, and one of my favorite romances from the last year was Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I hope that she will enjoy this one. It's kind of cutesy and a cookie cutter romance, but I think she might enjoy it. So that is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. We also have a music administrator at our church. Her name is Kirsten, and my husband recommended I give this one to her. It's called The Music Lesson, A Spiritual Search for Growth Through Music by Victor Wooten. He has read this and recommended it to countless music teachers, and because she is a music administrator at our church, but also teaches violin lessons, I thought that she would enjoy this one. I hope she does. And lastly, we have a custodian, a janitor. His name is Lauren, and he loves sci-fi, I think. Sci-fi and fantasy, and I couldn't think of a better sci-fi that a lot of people have loved. I haven't read it yet, but I hope that he will enjoy it. That is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I've read The Martian by Andy Weir, really liked it, and I have heard that Project Hail Mary is some people's favorite science fiction book ever. So I hope that he will like it. I think it's about a man who wakes up on a spaceship that he's not supposed to wake up on. I don't know. Okay, and then lastly, I'm categorizing her as a coworker, but she doesn't actually work at the church anymore. She used to work in the position that I currently have, so I kind of took her job, but not actually, because she quit before I was ever hired, but she has become a great friend and mentor to me in this position that I'm at. Her name is Karen, and I know that she reads nonfiction because she has borrowed some nonfiction from my shelves. So I decided to give her a great author that I have really liked a lot of her books from. Does that make sense? I've really liked a lot of the books that she has written. So I am giving her Rising Strong by Brené Brown, what is that called? Subtitle? There we go. The Reckoning, the Rumble, the Revolution. If we were brave enough, often enough, we will fall. This is a book about what it takes to get back up. So, not that she needs to be brave for any reason. She is a strong, wonderful woman, but I think that she will enjoy this and hopefully get some good ideas about how to live life a little bit more bravely and more strong. Not that she isn't a strong woman already. So those are the books I'm gifting this Christmas. Let me know down below if you like to give books to others or if you find that intimidating. It'd be great to have some conversation with you down there. Like this video on your way out. Consider subscribing to my channel if you'd like to see more bookish and bullet journaling content from me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.